Trump does not have that much longer in office. And does that sentence sounded clunky as fuck, didn't it? Trump does not have that much longer in office. I guess that makes sense. So time's running out. Time's running out to pardon Assange or pardon Snowden or do anything remotely good. But here we are. Now, an article came out last night, a few nights ago. It said there's 100 more pardons and commutations he's considering that he'll probably do. Funny enough, the article said some famous rappers are on it. Interesting. I wonder who it is. But some of them are also very political in nature and like returning favors for big Republican donors. Not surprised by that, even though it's incredibly corrupt and gross. The previous round of pardons had war criminals in it. The Blackwater war criminals who murdered civilians and were unapologetic. But, again, we're running out of time to do the most important thing that he can do, which is pardon Snowden and Assange, and reality winner you could throw in there as well. Is he going to do it? I hope so. All I can say is I hope so. But look at this new development. Exclusive. Mr. Trump always got a kick out of me. Pamela Anderson is now appealing to the outgoing president for a face-to-face meeting to secure a last-minute pardon for her friend Julian Assange, who faces 175 years behind bars. Pamela Anderson wants to meet President Trump in hopes he will grant a presidential pardon to WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. I want him to be free, said Anderson in an exclusive interview with thedailymail.com. The former Baywatch star knows that after Biden's inauguration, the chances of securing Assange's freedom on espionage charges could slip away. She said, I have met Mr. Trump a few times on the Playboy circuit. I was invited to his birthday. He has always got a kick out of me. Pamela and Assange met in 2014 at the Ecuadorian embassy in London after being introduced by fashion designer Vivienne Westwood. They would speak regularly on the phone, and the visits became regular. Rumors quickly swirled that they were romantically involved, and Anderson has done little to quash them. Okay, so don't care about whether or not they're in a relationship. Don't give a shit. What I do care about is that she's right on this. She's right. Julian Assange deserves a pardon. And listen, the reason why there's some cause for hope is that, do you remember what worked to get Alice Johnson pardoned? You remember? Kim Kardashian asked Trump for a meeting in the White House, and Trump said yes. You want to know why? Because Trump respects celebrity. He's been obsessed his whole life with celebrity, being a celebrity, knowing celebrities. It's one of the main things he cares about. So, Kim Kardashian asked for a meeting. He gave her a meeting. And she made the case. And he was like, you know what? I think that makes sense. I'm going to pardon her. And so one of the best things he did, pardoning Alice Johnson, was done because Kim Kardashian had the initiative to reach out to Trump to try to get a meeting. And it worked. So there's a track record of stuff like this working. And now you have Pamela Anderson reaching out to Trump saying, can I have a meeting? And she's going to try to get Julian Assange pardoned. Trump has a soft spot for celebrity, famous, pretty women. And so I hope she makes the case effectively, and I hope he agrees, because as we've discussed previously, the reason why they so relentlessly and viciously and fiercely go after Julian Assange is because he exposed U.S. war crimes. That's why they go after him. Chelsea Manning gave him the information, gave him the video of U.S. soldiers killing journalists in Iraq. And then what happened is they did a double tap. They circled around, and then when the first responders came, the ambulance and everything, they attacked the first responders as well. So these are war crimes. These are war crimes. Killing journalists, killing first responders, medical personnel, these are war crimes. So Chelsea Manning has a conscience and said, this is not, you could call this top secret or whatever, but you know what? This shouldn't be top secret because this is happening. The U.S. military is doing it with our money, our tax dollars, and in our name. I can't sleep with that on my conscience. So Chelsea Manning brought it to Julian Assange. Julian Assange released it to the world. It became a big story about how we're committing war crimes in Iraq. And that's why the U.S. government has a hard-on to take down Julian Assange and make his life miserable. That's why. He embarrassed our military and powerful interests in this country. And it's very similar to what happened with the Pentagon Papers and what happened with Daniel Ellsberg. That we learned that we were using napalm and Agent Orange and killing innocent civilians, killing villages full of innocent people. We learned that. And eventually people realized, oh my God, the leakers, the whistleblowers are heroes because they're exposing wrongdoing. And that's the only way we could fix something is if we know we're doing it wrong. And so Americans sort of rose up and said, this is unacceptable. Same thing with Iraq and WikiLeaks and Julian Assange and Chelsea Manning. So should you pardon a guy who his crime is being a whistleblower and doing the job of a journalist? I'm going to show you what powerful people are doing. I'm going to show you what your government is doing, and what your government is doing is illegal and unconstitutional and wrong, and I'm going to show you. Of course that guy deserves a pardon. That guy's a hero. Edward Snowden, same thing. He worked for the NSA or some contractor affiliated with the NSA, and he saw, oh my God, we're effectively spying on all Americans. We're tracking the metadata of all Americans. This is wildly against the Constitution. You have a protection from unreasonable search and seizure in the Constitution, and they're just ignoring that. And they're spying on everybody. That's what the Patriot Act is doing. This is insane. This isn't just to get terrorists. I mean, these are heroes. So I hope Pamela Anderson gets through to Trump. I hope Trump pardons Assange and Snowden. And, you know, if he were to do it, it would be because Pamela Anderson could convince him, and also he just wants to stick it to everybody who hates Assange and Snowden who also hate him. Some people in the deep state, the intelligence agencies. But, you know, you never know. I mean, Trump pardoned war criminals, which is like the polar opposite of pardoning people like Assange and Snowden. So is he going to do it? Who knows? But we all hope he will.